Hi everybody, we've been given this equation x cubed positive x squared is equal to 12 and we are expected to solve for x. Now I know that many of the people would start off in this following fashion, and this particular way of solving this question would be considered as ambiguous and filled with error. And I will tell you why it is filled with error and why is it ambiguous. Now what people would do is they will take off x squared out and rewrite this as x positive 1 is equal to 12. So this is perfectly fine. There is no harm in writing it like this, but the question is it possible for us to solve it and get the solution? The question wants us to solve for x. That means we need to get all the roots. And there are 3 roots present in this particular equation. So next what they would do is they will rewrite 12 as 4 times 3. That's fine. You're free to do that. And this is going to be x squared of x positive 1. And then rewrite 4 to be as 2 squared followed by this 3. And then you got x squared of x positive 1. Then from here they would equate x squared with 2 squared. And then they would equate x positive 1 is equal to 3. Now there is one big problem here. Now you will have to get the value of x, right? So what they will do is they will apply the square roots and then they would say x has got value 2 and x has got negative 2. Right? Now because of this fact, see, if I were to rewrite this, this is going to be x squared negative 2 squared is equal to 0. Which is nothing but x negative 2 times x positive 2 is equal to 0. Of course, see, it is imperative for you to understand that these are factors. Now from here they would say outrightly x is equal to positive 2 and subsequently x is equal to negative 2. Now there is a big flaw here. The flaw is that when you are actually trying to extract the value of x here, you are actually bringing in the square root function. That's what you're exactly trying to do. You're applying square root function on both the sides. Now square root function is a single valued function. I wish I would have shown you that. So you're applying the square root function, and square root is a single valued function. Single valued function. Okay, so that's the understanding you need to know. So what is the meaning of single valued functions? For every x, say element of some real number, there exists just one y element of some real number. So instead of saying some x element of capital R, let me just take it as some x element of, in this fashion, for every x element of capital X, there exists just one y element of capital Y. So this is the definition of single valued function. So you cannot have multiple values here. So that is the error that people are introducing. They will outrightly say x is equal to 2 and x is equal to minus 2 is also a root. Now I'm not yet come to this other side. Now I want to show this to you. So if you were to take x is equal to say negative 2 and substitute here. So this is going to be negative 2 raised to the power of 3 followed by positive of negative 2 raised to the power of 2. You should get the right hand side, right? The right hand side should be the outcome. So in this case you get 4. In this case negative 2 raised to the power of 3. That's going to be 2 raised to the power of 3, 8, but there's a negative sign there. So it's going to be negative 8 added with 4. What do you get negative 8 added with 4? You get negative 4. Is it equal to positive 12? Is this equal? No, it's not equal. So there is a contradiction when people follow this. So having made that point outrightly clear, of course, over here, x positive 1 is equal to 3. If you were to take that value, x positive 1 is equal to 3, you're going to end up with x is equal to 3 negative 1, which is nothing but 2. So x is equal to 2 is a root, x is equal to 2 is a root. This is exactly what people will claim to be. But that is not possible, because we cannot take x is equal to 2 and another x is equal to 2 and state that we have 2 roots. And of course, both of them are equal roots. And that root is x is equal to 2. There is a big problem with that also. Now why it is a problem? I'll just explain to you. Now x is equal to cube, x raised to the power of 3 positive x raised to the power of 2 is equal to 12, right? So this is the function that is being given. Now what is x cubed? X cubed is a strictly increasing function. What is x squared? X squared is a strictly increasing function. Composition of these two increasing function will give us a increasing function. And what do you have on the right hand side? You got a value 12, which is constant. That means two increasing functions combined together produces an increasing function, and they would meet at x is equal to 12 at just one particular point. So what am I trying to tell you? This means there can only be one real root for this equation. So if we were to take this as 1, for this there can only be one real root. And so people cannot outrightly say, I have a root here, I got a root here, and so both the things constitute a root. No, that is not going to happen. And why it won't happen, I've given you the explanation here. So the question now comes is, how am I going to solve this question? So I've got x raised to the power of 3, x raised to the power of 2 added together being equal to 12. So what I wish to do, I will start off like this. Then I will rewrite this as x cubed positive x squared negative 12 is equal to 0. Then I will split this as follows. I will split it as negative 8, negative 4 is equal to 0. Then I will split this as 2 raised to the power of 3 and 2 raised to the power of 2 is equal to 0. I hope you are able to see it. Then I will club these two together and then rewrite it as x cubed negative 2 cubed followed by x squared negative 2 squared. This is fairly acceptable, right? I'm not doing anything. Now this is of the form a cubed negative b cubed, which is going to be a negative b times a squared positive ab positive b squared. This is a popular identity. So if I were to use this, this would mean x raised to the power of 3 negative 2 raised to the power of 3 is going to be equal to x negative 2 times x squared, because a in place of a you got x, followed by x into a into b. So that's going to be 2 times x followed by b. My b has got a value of 2 here, right? So that's going to be 2 squared, so it's going to be 4. So this is what we have got for this. So if I were to take this as 2, therefore I can rewrite 2 as what? X negative 2 times x squared positive 2x positive 4 followed by x squared negative 2 squared. So this is nothing but a squared negative b squared, which is a negative b times a positive b, right? So take that and place it here. So this is going to be x negative 2 times x positive 2 is equal to 0. Now x negative 2, this can be taken as common. This would give me x squared positive 2x positive 4 for the first quantity, followed by the second quantity is going to be x positive 2 is equal to 0. So if you were to add this up, so what do you get? You get x negative 2 times x squared, 2x added with 3x with x would give me 3x, and 4 added with 2 would give me 6 is equal to 0. Now clearly you can see that this would mean x negative 2 is equal to 0, so x is equal to 2. So this is a real root. Fine. Now if you were to solve this, say you got x squared positive 3x positive 6 is equal to 0. If you were to solve this, let me show you. X is equal to negative 3 plus or minus root of 9 negative, you have 6 into 4, 24 you got that. So divided by 2. And what is this exactly? 9 negative 24. The reason you got negative is because all of these things are positive, right? If you were to apply the quadratic formula, you get negative 4 times a and c. A is 1 and c is 6. Because of the presence of all being positive, you're getting negative here. So this is actually 24. From 24 you take away 9. So what do you get here? You get a 5 and 1. 5 you're getting. So if you were to write this, let me use the space here. So this is going to be negative 3 plus or minus root of 15, negative 15. It's going to be negative 15. I'm going to write it as 15 I squared divided by 2. And if you were to write this up as roots, the roots will be negative 3 positive I times root of 15 divided by 2. Plus or minus is there. Okay. So if I were to club all the roots, I got one real root and this is x1. The next one is negative 3 negative I times root of 15 divided by 2, and the other root is negative 3 positive I times root of 15 divided by 2. So these are the roots, one real root and the other two being complex. So that is how we solve this question, everybody. I hope you enjoyed this. Please put in your comments and like and support this channel. Thank you all, everybody.